Uh, the electronic polarization means here, if you take an atom or a molecule or an ion, so the atom contains a nucleus which is at the center of the atom, and the nucleus is surrounded by electron cloud. So let us assume the charge in the atom, that is our nucleus, is Ze, and the electron cloud, the charge and the electron cloud is Ze. So when there is no electric field, when no electric field is there, so a nucleus will be at the center of the atom, which is surrounded by electron cloud of charge Ze. So on application of electric field, suppose if we apply some electric field, the electron cloud will displace from the nucleus. So after displacement, so the structure will be like this here. So nucleus will be there of charge Ze, and electron cloud will be displaced. Due to displacement, electron cloud will be like this. So with a charge Ze. Okay. So actually, this is the position of the nucleus. So due to application of electric field, the nucleus has been displaced to a distance of x. So now we need to determine the magnitude of this electronic polarization. So for this purpose, you consider a sphere of surrounding nucleus with a radius x. So consider a sphere of radius x. Okay, so we know that the total charge of the electron cloud is Ze. So we need to find the charge enclosed in this sphere of x. So for this purpose, what we are going to determine is the charge density. So once we find the charge density of the electron cloud, so we get the charge enclosed in the sphere of radius x. So the total charge in the electron cloud is Ze, and the total radius of the sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So this is the charge density of the atom or molecule. And now the charge enclosed in the sphere of radius x can be given as charge enclosed in a sphere of radius x can be given as charge density Ze by 4 by 3 pi r cube into volume of the enclosed sphere. So the radius of the enclosed sphere is x. Therefore, the volume of this sphere can be given as 4 by 3 pi x cube. So 4 by 3 x, 4 by 3 pi, 4 by 3 will be cancelled with each other. So therefore, the charge enclosed in the sphere of radius x can be given as Ze x cube by r cube. Now, the electron cloud which is in the sphere of radius x will apply some attractive force on the nucleus. So therefore, some attractive force will be present between the nucleus of charge Ze and the charge enclosed in the sphere of radius x. So the force acting on this nucleus due to the electron cloud of the sphere radius x can be given as Ze, that means charge of the nucleus into charge enclosed in the sphere, that can be given as Ze x cube by r cube whole divided by 4 pi epsilon naught x square. So x square, x cube, and x square will get cancelled each other. Therefore, the force acting on the nucleus due to electron cloud can be given as z square e square x by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube. Name this as equation number 2. And due to application of electric field, so similarly simultaneous electric field is applied on this atom also. So the Lorentz force acting on the nucleus can be given as Ze capital E. Name this as equation number 3. So equation 2 represents force acting on the nucleus, and equation 3 represents force acting on the nucleus. So at equilibrium condition, these two forces are equal. So from equation 3 and equation 4, we get Ze capital E is equal to z square e square x by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube. So Ze and Ze will get cancelled here. So the electric field acting on this nucleus can be given as Ze x by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube. Name this as equation number 4. Now see, on application of electric field on the dipole, so there is a displacement produced in these charges. So due to the displacement of the displacement produced in the charges, it leads an induced dipole moment. That means dipole momentum will be induced. So that induced dipole momentum, so it can be given as, due to electronic polarization, that can be mu is equal to Ze into x. So this is the dipole moment which is induced in this material, which can be given as mu is equal to Zex. But actually we know that the dipole moment can be given as mu is equal to electronic polarizability alpha E. This is the electronic polarizability alpha E into capital E. So from equation 5 and 6 we have alpha E capital E is equal to Zex. Okay. Substitute this capital E from equation 4 in this equation. We get, so from equation 4, substitute the value of E in this equation. So therefore here we get electronic polarizability alpha E into, so the value of capital E can be given as Zex by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube, which is equal to Ze into x. So Zex and Zex will be get cancelled each other. So the electronic polarizability produced in the material due to applied electric field can be given as alpha E is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught r cube. Okay, so equation 7 represents the electronic polarizability produced in the material due to applied electric field. Electronic polarization PE can be given as electronic polarization PE is equal to N, that is a number of atoms, and electronic polarizability and after electric field. So therefore electronic polarization PE is equal to N capital E into 4 pi epsilon naught r cube. The equation 8 represents the electronic polarization produced in this dielectric material due to on application of electric field. So ionic polarization means the displacement of cation and anion in dielectric material due to applied electric field is called ionic polarization. Let us consider dielectric contains positive ion and negative ion is there. Sorry. So negative ion is there. So from the center, let us assume the distance between the center of these two ions is x. So when an electric field is applied to this dielectric material, so the cation and anion will be displaced at from the initial position. So let us assume this is the initial position of this positive ion and this is the initial position of this negative ion. So due to application of electric field, this positive ion has displaced to a distance of x1 and this negative ion will be displaced to a distance of x2. So therefore the total displacement produced can be given as x is equal to x1 plus x2. So the displacement produced in the positive ion and negative ion due to application of electric field. So due to application of electric field, so there is a displacement produced in this anion and cation. This displacement is called ionic polarization. So we know that. So the Lorentz force acting on these charges can be given as F is equal to E into capital E. Let us assume this is equation 1. So when these two charges are displaced with a distance of x1 and x2, okay, so the force, that is the restoring force acting on these charged particles, can be given as F is equal to kx, and the restoring force acting on the positive ion can be given as F1 is equal to k1 x1, and the restoring force acting on the ion, negative ion, can be given as F2 is equal to k2 x2. So this is the restoring force acting on positive ion, and this is the restoring force acting on negative ion. So under equilibrium condition, this Lorentz force will be equal to F1. So therefore we have k1 x1 is equal to small e capital E, and x1, the displacement produced in the positive ion, can be given as x1 is equal to small e capital E by k1, which can be given as k1 can be given as x1 is equal to small e capital E by mass of the ion and angular frequency of the ion, m omega square. So similarly, so the force acting on the negative ion will be F2 is equal to k2 x2. So at equilibrium condition, these two forces are equal. So k2 x2 is equal to small e capital E. So from here we get x2 is equal to small e capital E by k2, and x2 can be given as x2 is equal to capital E small e by k2. So therefore total displacement can be given as x is equal to x1 plus x2, and x6 can be given as small e capital E by omega square into 1 by m plus capital M omega square. So 1 by capital M. Let us assume this is equation number 4. Okay. So the displacement produced in this ion can be given as x. So due to the displacement of x, there will be some induced dipole moment. So induced dipole moment, that ionic dipole moment, can be given as mu I is equal to small e x. Mu I is equal to small e x. And we know that ionic polarization can be given as alpha I capital E is equal to E x. X can be given as small e capital E by omega square into 1 by small m plus 1 by capital M. So ionic polarizability alpha I can be given as alpha I is equal to E square by omega square into 1 by m plus 1 by capital M. Name this as equation number 5. So equation 5 represents ionic polarizability. And ionic polarization Pi can be given as Pi is equal to N alpha I capital E. So therefore Pi can be given as Pi is equal to N capital E square by omega naught square into 1 by m plus 1 by capital M. So equation 6 represents ionic polarization produced in dielectric material on application of electric field. So oriented polarization. Suppose let us consider polar dielectric materials. So you know that in polar dielectric materials, so it contains dipoles. Which are oriented in different directions. Let us consider there are dipoles which are oriented in different directions, different orientations. So as a result, the net dipole moment will be 0. So on application of this electric field, so So dipoles orient themselves in the direction of electric field. So in absence of electric field, suppose in absence of electric field, the dipoles will be oriented in different directions. On application of this electric field, the dipoles will orient themselves in the direction of electric field like this. So dipoles orient themselves in the direction of electric field. This orientation produced in the dielectric materials is called orientation polarization. And this orientation polarization alpha O can be given as mu square by 3k bt. The orientation polarizability alpha O can be given as mu square by 3k bt, and orientation polarization PO can be given as n alpha naught capital E, which can be given as PO is equal to n into mu square capital E by 3k bt. So this equation represents orientation polarization produced in polar dielectric materials, and this alpha O represents orientation polarizability produced in polar dielectric materials. Space charge polarization. So space charge polarization means here, suppose in some dielectric materials, on application of electric field, charges will be accumulated on the boundary of the interface of the materials. So this accumulation of charges on the boundary of the dielectric materials on application of electric field is called space charge polarization. The space charge polarizability will be negligible in the case of dielectric material. Similarly, the space charge polarization also will be negligible in the case of dielectric materials. So space charge polarization means the accumulation of charges on the boundary of the materials at the interface of the materials is called space charge polarization. So the accumulation of charges on the boundary of interface of the material on application of electric field is called space charge polarization. So therefore, the total polarization produced in the dielectric materials is equal to the sum of electronic polarization, ionic polarization, orientation polarization, space charge polarization, and total polarizability can be given as alpha is equal to electronic polarizability, ionic polarizability, orientation polarizability, and space charge polarizability. Okay. And substituting value of electronic polarization, ionic polarization, and orientation polarization in equation 1, and electronic polarizability, ionic polarizability, and orientation polarizability in equation 2 we get. So total polarization P can be given as n into 4 pi epsilon naught r cube plus e square by omega square into 1 by small m plus 1 by capital M plus mu square by 3kt into capital E, and this equation represents total polarization produced in dielectric materials, and total polarizability can be given as alpha is equal to electronic polarizability 4 pi epsilon naught r cube, ionic polarizability small e square by omega square into 1 by small m plus 1 by capital M plus orientation polarization mu square by 3kt plus space charge polarization. Space charge polarization is negligible. So therefore this equation represents total electronic polarizability, total polarizability produced in dielectric materials. So this equation represents total polarization produced in dielectric materials, that is due to electronic polarizability, ionic polarization, orientation polarization. And this alpha represents total polarizability produced in dielectric materials, that is equal to sum of electronic polarizability, ionic polarizability and orientation polarizability.